Back hurts a little today. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to keep, I keep thinking I'm going to go further than I did. So I'm just going to keep going bit by bit on going from major, minor blues, whatever you want to call it, from D to G to A. We're analyzing the D, looking at it from not a major, not a minor, but a Dorian perspective, which in the collection of notes around the key of C would be the D, right? So the D is the 2 for the collection of notes. So Dorian's a minor node, and I think that's kind of a cool mix because it has a major 9 in it, which kind of fits into the Mixolydian. So I'm going to analyze it from this perspective and analyze it from this perspective, the same nodal point of a D as though if it was D Mixolydian. So that 2 then over here is going to be same note, a D, but now it's note number 5. And I'm going to jump back and forth between those two, and hopefully at some point I will move from the D to analyzing the G, which is interesting because now I have the collection of notes of the G, which is here in the Mixolydian. So now I'm in G Mixolydian here with a collection of notes around the key of C, has G Mixolydian. But I can also think of it as the G is the minor, which would be the collection of notes over here. This would be G major. Where's it? This one? This would be the G minor. So A sharp or B flat has a G minor. So that would mean this node number 6 then in that case would be the two that we're going to focus on there, the two ways I'm going to visualize it. And then I'll go to, hopefully at some point I'll go back to the A, which we've seen before. So maybe I won't spend as much time on it because we kind of, that's the other one I play on with it being the first note of the 3-note triad or whatever you want to call it, the groove. So that's going to be but that would be the Aeolian node and then making it the Aeolian Mixolydian. I mean, the A Mixolydian would be over here with a collection of notes around around the key of D, which would be A Mixolydian. Okay, so I'm going to try to analyze it from both those perspectives, trying to learn it this like kind of, and I imagine that this is kind of what the jazzy guys did, right? I mean, again, I haven't studied it like in school, but I would imagine jazz. It seems to me, my understanding is jazz came out of like blues, and I would think that how did that happen? Well, they're going, man, this is kind of cool but weird, like it's like in between modes, but they were thinking in mainly major and minor at the time, I would think, right? So they're trying to think, how can I map out what they're doing between major and minor so that I can expand off the shape, possibly doing something different but in the same kind of feel, and then it gets crazy. But now that we have a modal centered standpoint, I think we can analyze it even more, which again might turn some people off, might turn some people on. That's what it turns me on, right? That's what I do. I'm an accountant. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? That's what I do, okay? So I feel like you can analyze it. So from different modal perspectives now, and then again, I feel like you can get the same kind of feel from it, but then try to expand from that, because every way you look at it, if you naturally kind of just play in that area with a freestyle kind of thing, you will do different things because you're visualizing it from different angles, which is the point, it seems to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something, but that's what I'm going to do. I don't care if I'm missing something. I will do it anyways, and then I'll find the thing I'm missing maybe, and then I'll deal with it when I find it. Okay, so then let's go. I'm gonna try to do a joke here. Quick joke first. Let's see. So I'm still on. This is round 2 of the Trolls. So this is a satire, people. This is not serious. This is taking what I perceive to be, from my limited perspective, I haven't done a deep dive, but I watched for entertainment purposes the current trolling atmosphere and mainly in the political right now, the conservatives, who are coming up with conspiracy theories about attacks against conservatives. So now we've got the horseshoe theory attacks on certain people, and so I'm kind of trying to this is a montage of basically I hate to do it because you would think it's like it's a satire, but it's hard to be satirically like absurd enough in order to make sure that people understand it's a satire, right? That's where we are. We were at that point with the whole gender thing for a while, and now with these we're kind of getting to the same point with it's like a JFK assassination by aliens and stuff, like that's kind of what I feel like, at least. Maybe I could be missing something, but this is going to be another part 2 continuation of it. So this is part 2, the French Connection, the dinosaur marriage, and the Dollywood plot. Stay tuned. The magazine, look, the magazine is right next to the checkout stand. How can you resist the cover and the title like that? How could you you have to pick it up. You got to read on. You might not buy it, but it might be true, and you need to know, because this is like, how could you not? How could you not want to pick this up? Okay, here's how it goes. So after yesterday's explosive episode where I single-handedly uncovered the gay dinosaur space laser plot orchestrated by a mysterious Eastern Society family. By the way, if you missed that one, you could pick it up on our Substack, or like at the grocery store. We got that one there. Don't miss that one. It was spectacular journalism. And so, support the journalism. Support the journalism. So I'm devastated, truly devastated, to announce that the backlash has begun. This is the price you pay when you're out there journalisming. And yes, obviously, I can't show the evidence of the backlash because that would help them. If you think that I should show you evidence, you don't know how it works. That's your problem. That's your problem. If you understood how logic works in the conspiracy realm, you'd know that proving things automatically disproves them. Okay? So just trust me. I know what I'm doing. But after a night of hard-hitting journalism, by which I mean Googling like things at 3 a.m. while wrapped in my heated blanket after the show yesterday, which ended, I don't know, pretty late, so I was a little tired. I didn't have a whole lot of journalism time, but I dug deep. In that time I had in order to make it to this show. In that time, I have connected even more dots. Even more dots have been connected. Dots you don't even know existed. Dots that scientists have actually tried to hide from you. Don't trust the scientists. I mean, I don't trust them either, but I'm just saying, okay, look, you will never guess where the evidence is pointing at this time. I'll tell you, this is going to be, it'll all come together. But first, a quick sponsor read. Hold on a second. Just stay tuned. We'll be right back. This is how it has to. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Yesterday I exposed the undeniable, rock solid, totally bulletproof facts. If you can't remember, I'll try to summarize, but you should go check it out for yourself. Go look at it for yourself. It was the gay dinosaurs were resurrected by a sorcery dynasty headquartered vaguely somewhere eastward, okay? And as you know, they have operated a spaceborne mind manipulation laser designed to scramble your gender settings, and that required a sacrifice which resulted in deaths, and that sacrifice, as you know, required some very pivotal items necessary, which implicates as clear as day certain people. Okay, we don't need to get into that. Okay. So, and these lasers directly caused the wave of conservative assassinations. That's the bottom line. All right, go back there for more detail. Okay, but today, the blowback I'm receiving is coming from someone shockingly close to the resurrected gay dinosaur network. Okay, so I'm fearing for my. I don't want to make any claims or anything, but normal people would be afraid if they were me because of the blowback that would happen. I don't want to. Okay. So according to my sources, and remember, my sources have never been wrong except like every time, but the dinosaur at the center of this scandal is married. Wait for it. The gay dinosaur is married to the president of France, right? Okay, I'll pause while you let the truth settle into your bloodstream. It's all the pieces are snapping together exactly like a corked bottle of overpriced French champagne. You were out there confused. Like, what's going on? But after the show last night, I took the time to put all the pieces together for you in the 3 hours before bed, and now you know what's going on. But then now I'm getting blowback from it. So because according to my ultra elite deluxe platinum level journalist sources, the French president is now furious at me because obviously I'm the arbiter of truth on the internet, and the French president is like so they're mad at me personally. Mad at me personally. It's that I exposed his wife as a resurrected, protein injected black magic gay dinosaur. I mean, come on, dude. Like, what's your problem? And naturally, he's put out a hit against me now. Now again, I don't want to. I know this is like allegedly there's a hit against. I don't want to claim anything, but someone messaged me. I got a text from somebody that insinuated that there's like that the president of France put a hit against me. Okay, so I'm not trying to get all legally on you, but someone texted me something one time. I don't want to give you. So anyway, they put it against me personally because that's how geopolitics work. Forget NATO. This is personal dinosaur vengeance. So the revelation almost made me it almost made me cancel my upcoming trip to Dollywood. That's how like it upset my life this much. But no, I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I refuse to let the French resurrected dinosaurs or occult space lasers dictate the course of my vacation plans. Why? Because stopping me from experiencing Dollywood is actually what they want. That's what they want. I won't give it to them. It fits perfectly into the pattern of evidence I've uncovered. Fits perfect. And let's be clear. Gay dinosaurs hate Dolly Parton, okay? They hate her. Why? Because she's a successful, actual, real woman. Something a gay dinosaur can never be, no matter how they marry, no matter how high up the social ladder they climb. And that's why I will continue my trip to Dollywood. And that's the real threat. Not the laser, not the sorcerers, not the French president's hit squad riding velociraptors through the streets of Paris. No, the real threat is powerful women succeeding without permission from a resurrected dinosaur cabal. That's what they're afraid of. And I'm out here fighting the good fight on it. And I wrote a song about it. I've never heard it. I just put the joke into Suno. Let's see what they got. Let's see what Suno's got on this one.
After yesterday's show where I exposed the truth, the gay dinosaurs, the space lasers, the Eastern Sorcerer crew, I'm devastated to announce that the backlash has begun. But I can't show you the evidence because that would help them win the run. If you knew conspiracy logic, you'd already understand. When you prove something true, it instantly becomes banned. But last night, wrapped in blankets at 3 a.m. online, I connected even more forbidden dots scientists have tried to hide. Dots you never dreamed of, dots they prayed you'd never see. And you'll never guess where all the arrows start pointing back to me. But first, a quick sponsor ad. I'm back with rock solid bulletproof facts. Gay dinos resurrected by a sorcery pack. We're running spaceborne lasers that scramble your brain, causing chaos, confusion, and conservative pain. But now the blowback's coming from inside the nest. Someone close to the dinos is upset, distressed, and the scandal grows stranger with every breath. According to my sources, who are always right except the times they aren't, the dinosaur at the center of this ancient glitter-powered plot is married, wait for it, to the president of France. Let the truth seep in slowly like overpriced French champagne, because my platinum tier sources say Macron is furious, outrage radiating like a supernatural flame. He's furious, I expose his protein injected black magic dinosaur ride, and naturally personal dinosaur revenge. And yeah, it almost made me cancel my beautiful Dollywood trip, but I refuse to let France, space lasers, or resurrected reptiles control a single part of it. Stopping me from Dollywood is exactly what they want. It fits perfectly with the evidence I totally didn't make up. I mean uncovered, piece by piece, bit by bit. Let's be clear, gay dinosaurs absolutely hate Dolly Parton, because she's a real powerful woman. No glitter, skeleton, sorcery can make a dinosaur equal, no matter who they marry in the darkened gardens. And that's the real threat, not the lasers, not the spells, not the French presidents wrapped around in hit squad, charging through the Parisian streets like hell. No, the thing that terrifies the resurrected dinosaur cabal is a woman succeeding on her own terms without their permission at all. So raise your flags for Dolly. Let the space lasers hiss and scream, because the French connection is cracking and the dinos are losing steam. Yeah, the truth is wild, but it's the hill I'm choosing to climb. A powerful woman in Dollywood is the real threat every single time.
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, Suno. Alright. Let's see, let's get back to it. Dang, trying to shut me up. I will tell you how the dang Frenchmen's always trying to oh, okay. All right, back to it. All right. So I'm back on this. I was on this door. So I'm in the collection notes around the key of C. So I'm like, so the C is up here. If I put my pinky on it, go back here, A minor. I'm looking for the Dorian node, which is a minor node. And I'm going to use that as the minor side of my blues progression. But I'm on this D down here, position 1. So this is going to be position 1. On the middle of the screen, I have just the nodes to make it as clean as possible, which I think is the best way to navigate. So I'm on this D right here, and I was doing so now I'm gonna find the third in this quadrant, down here, 2, 3, 4. It's kind of a ways up, so I could go to here, and then the third, well, I guess, yeah, because the 2, so I guess there's not really much up in this quadrant. So let's go back to this quadrant. So the third is down here in this quadrant. Remember that the fault line shifted back. So from the perspective of this node, this is the fault line up top, or tectonic plate. This tectonic plate, I'm going to imagine, shifted to the right. It shifted to the right. So in other words, if I was on this 2 up here and went back, the minor third would look back here, but it's closer up here. Okay, so that's going to be from the Dorian node. So how do I know it's the third? Because it's 2. It's 3 minus 2 is 2. right? So it's 2 modal half steps up. So I'm looking for 2, 3, 4. I'm looking for the Lydian node. So there's the Lydian node. How far away is it? It's 3 notes away because it should be a minor third, which I can prove by counting out and saying it's going to be 5 notes between the strings going this way. 5, 4, 3. Because of the kink in the tuning, I have to go to the diagonal to get the 5 notes. So there it is, 3 notes away. So if I'm on this 2, this Dorian, I have the minor third there, and then the major third, therefore, is going to be right underneath it, right there. So I muddy that third in between those two. Well, let me pull these up and. Okay, so then if I was on this one, if I was on G, if I was on the G, I was on D. I'm on D as the Mixolydian is the collection of notes around G major, which would go back to E minor, and I'm looking for that same position up here, that same D, but now it's a nodal point 5, right? So nodal point 5. So that means it's right here. This is the shape. So if I look at this same shape, where am I located? I'm on this shape in the middle of the guitar. So it's actually, if on point 5, I would call this not position number 1, not the Ionian G shape now. Now I'm looking at the Ionian D shape from a caged system, what I would call shape number 3, which goes from the 4th fret out here, right? So I'm going to say, so if I want to revision it by a caged shape, then it would be this cage shaped. If I was on 2 up top, which is the Dorian, it'd be, well, let's go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, right? And I want to analyze it from the 5, so I could say if that's the 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's think about it from the 5. I'll run the scale through from 5 to 5. So remember, I'm not re-saying it to 1. I'm not saying, well, it's a Phrygian scale, so I'm going to make it to 1. No, I'm just going to say I'm going from 5 to 5 around the circle from Phrygian. That's my tonic. So it'd be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the scale, 5 to 5. So now I'm down here in this node, and then now the third, if the 5 is my tonic, which is now a D, it's still a D, but it's now 5 is my tonic. I'm visualizing it in a different pattern as the Mixolydian. So 5 plus 2, so the third is going to be, 2, the third minus 1 is 2 modal half steps up, so 5, 6, 7. So I'm looking for the 7. So the Locrian is the 2 modal half step, the second modal half step, or third scale degree of nodal point 5, which has a distance not of 4 notes away, not of 3 notes away, but of 4. Why? Because it's a major third. So it's going to be 5 notes here, minus 1 is a major third. So now I get the same thing, right? In that the third, I'm blending the third between those two, but if I'm thinking in minor, I'm bending from one that's outside the shape into the shape. If I'm in major, if I'm in minor, it's in the shape outside of the shape. If I'm in major Mixolydian, it's outside the shape to in the shape, right? So it's like, so wait a sec, I'm here. So how could I do that maybe? If I, so I could kind of walk this back. So I kind of like having my ring finger on there maybe. So if so then I can put my pinky down to at the end. That's where I'm going to end on. The minor third is at the ring finger, and then the pointer back here on nodal point 6. so then let's go back to this collection of notes around the key of C. So now I'm going to say I'm in the collection of notes around the key of C. So I'm back to shape number 1 on fret 5. If I started on fret 5, it would be this top point is A, which is a mixolydian. So if I count that up to the Dorian, it would be 6, 7, 1, 2. That's my root. And then if I go from 2 to 2, because now I'm thinking of the shape from a Dorian perspective, it would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. 2 to 2 in that shape. Okay, so then I'm going to say, then up here, so then I have that, so I have that shape down. What about the 5? So the 5th is 5 minus 1, 4 modal whole steps up from the 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it would be nodal point 6. Where's the 5? Well, there's one right above it. I can grab this one, and that would be how many? That would be 7 notes away, because the 4th modal whole step, which is the 5th modal half step, which is the 5th scale degree, is always 7 notes away from a major and a minor node. So it's going to be the same distance from, if I call it the mixolydian node or the Dorian node. If I shift the shape up, if I rotate the planet to make that a mixolydian, then I'm still going to get a 5th of the mixolydian, right? If I go over here and rotate the planet, and I say, okay, which one was it again? Here, then now this is 5, and I'm going 4 modal whole steps up from 5, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. So the Dorian is the 4th modal whole step or 5th scale degree from the continent of the Lydian if we rotate the world around and view it from that perspective, right? So then if I go back on over here and say, okay, what's the distance? It's 7 notes away either way. How do I know it's 7 notes away? Because it's counterclockwise, therefore it's 5 notes between the strings, because it's 12 minus 7, which is -5, or counterclockwise 5 if I go around the lap backwards, and there's -5 distance between the strings. So that means there's a -5 distance, which has a clockwise or local distance of 12 minus 5, which would be 7. So I have that one up there. So if I was noodling like here, like I could put the 3 fingers there, which is basically my A major shape. And then I could grab now, but let's look at the other key component, which is the 7, which might even be more important than, of course, the 5th. So 7 is going to be 6 modal half steps, but there's only 7 points. So if I'm on the 2, it's going to be 1 back. So I could say, instead of going 2 plus 6, it's 2 minus 1, which would be 1, or the ionion. So I have 1 back here, or I can say it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, right? 6 modal half steps up, which would be the 7th scale degree. And so then the reason I'm picking that one, I can't really play that one at the same time. I guess I should be picking maybe this one down here, or I can switch the root up here to pick that one up, but I already kind of analyzed that. So I could pick the one down here, and that's the one that would make more sense, all right? So it should be 10 notes away, because it's a minor 7, which I can check by saying there's 5 notes between the strings diagonally, 10, 5, 10, minor 7. If I go over here to this collection of notes, which I'll try to change both of these, to this collection of notes, then am I looking in, yeah, mixolydian? Yeah, so if I go over here, then I'm looking for the one behind the 5. 5 minus 1 is 4, which is back there, or 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait a sec. I'm going 6 modal whole steps up because it's the 7th scale degree. 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. I messed up. I'm going six modal whole steps up, which would be 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's it. So 4 up, so that would be down here, same shape. So the only difference, and that's because the distance from the Mixolydian also has a minor 7, whereas it's different if I was on another major mode, right? So I mean, if I was on this Ionian here, then it would be a different distance, but it'd be 11 notes away. All right, so if I go back on over here and say, all right, well, that's interesting. Muy interesante, like an Ella frickin' Fonte. All right, let's see. So I'd have to. Wait a second. I keep wanting to put my ring finger there, but I can't really do it that way because that's going to be this shape where I'm going. So I have this triad and right here. So what I'm trying to do is think, how can I work in the major and minor third? Because that triad is easy to play like this, barring it off. But then it's hard to kind of noodle back and forth to the minor third that way, right? I kind of want to noodle to the minor third. I mean, I have a minor third here. I can put if I put my middle finger there. Okay. Okay. So let's say let's try to go to the next node this time, and let's say now I'm going to go to the Mixolydian. So now I'll go to the Mixolydian, the next. So that's now I'm on a next one. So I was on D as my focal point, and I was kind of converting that from a Dorian to a D, from a Dorian, mixing between a Dorian and a Mixolydian basically for the blues thing. But now I have in the same collection of notes the G. So instead of doing the same thing, instead of saying, like I could say, okay, if I go to the G, I'm going to make that like, I'm going to shift my mind to see that as the G, as like the G Dorian. So I could do that multiple ways. I could just basically say, well, I'm going to take the pattern I had up here, and I'm just going to move it down here as though that was the string above it, compensating for the fault line down here between these two strings, right? And then I can. So if I did that, I'd be thinking, okay, that's the third. And then I'd be converting that to the Mixolydian, but I already have the Mixolydian. So the Mixolydian is basically the blues, like right now, because it has a flat 7. So now I'm on a point where I could say, well, it's basically the 7-note collection, but here's the third. So now the G is the Mixolydian. So now I have, because I always play in the L pat, right? You play the L pattern. So we're on the G. So then that would be if I go a minor third up, it would be there. So it'd be 5. 3 minus 2 is 3 minus 1 is 2. So I'm at 5, 6, 7. I'm looking for nodal point number 7 to get to the third, which from the distance of the Mixolydian is 4 notes away, which means the minor third is in the gap right here. So now I'm going to say, okay, if I'm muddying the blues, then I'm going to say minor third gap, sliding up into major. So the 7 is the second modal half step, major third of the Mixolydian. I kind of like that it's the same note. I don't know why that's these are 2 B's, same thing.
Thank you.